Hi everybody, and welcome back to another session on our Zoom tutorial. So in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to actually let a participant join in your Zoom session. In the previous video that I have created, I've shown you first how to actually create a Zoom meeting ID, and also how you can get others to actually save those details and for them to know how to go into your Zoom meeting. The second video that I did was show you how the basic settings are, and the third one is actually the advanced settings, where you had to choose a lot of some more features on how to fully utilize your Zoom. So in this video, what I'm going to show you is how to actually allow participants to come in your Zoom session. So let's start. Okay, now what we're going to do, there are two ways that you can do this. First is go to your meetings, and remember I've shown you how to create a Zoom meeting, right? So you can go back to your settings and check, okay, if it's a recurring meeting or if it's just a one-time meeting. Or else, for you to see that, you can actually just copy this, and this is the details that you would want your participants to keep and to take note for them once they join in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click start. I have two devices with me. For this particular video, I'm actually using my laptop. So I'm using the Zoom app downloaded in my laptop. So, well, that's my picture that I have actually uploaded in my setting. If you switch on your camera, just like so, then you can actually see yourself. Okay, you can adjust yourself how you look like. Now, whenever you do Zoom, right, ensure that you are actually framed properly, so that when you are doing a video conferencing, you're actually showing a depth of your face. Not too close though, not like this, but at the same time, just the right distance, so that they can see your full face. And most especially if you are conducting the session itself, it's very good to always have to look at actually the lens. Okay, don't look at the monitor, or don't be looking at yourself. I know that can be too, it makes you look at yourself automatically, but I would suggest that you have to always look at the camera, okay, so that your eyes is actually looking at your participants or even to your students. So in personal communication, looking at the eye contact is very important, right? So what you want to do is to have that kind of eye contact even though you're doing the meeting virtually. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Just like now, when I'm actually directly looking at the camera, not the monitor, but the camera. Okay, so once you have done that, then you can actually unmute yourself if you would like to talk, or mute yourself if you're done talking. Okay, let me just go through the features first of the interface, and then I would use another device to come back in. So this is your video again. You can actually adjust your settings here. You can actually change the type of camera. You can even choose the virtual background from this session. See, remember I showed you this in the basic settings, wherein you can just choose none. Or, okay, if you look at my background, that's how it looks like. But then if I would go to change my background, this is how it would look like. If you're using actually like a plain black, or no, not black, but just a plain background, the virtual background is much more evident. It's just like I'm in San Francisco, okay, or even in a grassy area, or even in space. So remember I told you that you can actually change also other there are other downloadable virtual backgrounds that you can do, which you can actually add into your selection. So you can just exit that. I'm not going to use a virtual background because I don't want to be like having those pixelated framing me. Okay, so then you can choose your settings, video settings as well. See, enable HD. This is original. You can just touch up yourself. Those selections, that would be your options. And then you can go now to your security. So this is the feature that I would like you to focus on, because this is the added security to make your Zoom sessions private. Okay. First, if you would like to lock the meeting, let's say you have 5 invited participants and they already have joined in. Now you can lock the meeting. It means no other participants could join no one else can join. See, there's a pop-up there that would tell you that no one else can join that or this particular meeting. I'm not going to lock that in because I haven't admitted those participants who's going to come in yet. Then, of course, this is very important. Always enable your waiting room. Just like I said in the previous video, enabling your waiting room ensures that they are waiting like in your virtual lobby. Then you can check or screen through who you would like to admit or who you would like to be waiting there if, let's say, they are not familiar or you don't even know them. Then after that, you can also share screen. Okay, this is another feature. I'm gonna do another video on how to do share, how to use the share screen feature of Zoom. Then also you have your chat. Now chat, remember when in the advanced settings, in the other video that I've shown you, you can actually look it up upstairs. Way up there, there's a card there that pops up, and then you can just click it, and then it will bring you to that more detailed explanation on this chat selection. So you can allow your participants to chat, or else you can also disable that. So if I untick it, so it means that it is disabled. Then you can also allow your participants to rename themselves, okay? Or you can actually do that for them too. So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna untick that. Okay, so now these are the participants. Now later on, this is where you see who are the participants in your meeting. So of course I'm the host, okay? I'm the host there. And if you, let's say you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 100, you can actually see their names here. And as a host, even if you're using the basic free account, you can actually mute all, okay? Or you can even unmute them. I know sometimes if it's like a, a virtual meeting and there's a lot of participants, it can be, there's a lot of background noises. So what you can do is just mute all. And if let's say there's 1 or 2 who would like to speak, or just 1, then you can just unmute this particular participant. I'm going to show you that later on as we continue. And of course you have your chat. So it will come out from here. You can choose actually whether you would like to hide this later on when somebody's here in this meeting. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then of course your share screen selection. You can actually record this particular session too. Let me show you how to do that. If you press this button, okay, so I will unmute myself so that we can see. And then you can, okay, now you can start recording. Now, this one indicates that you are actually recording this session. Remember in the basic features that I did with the video that I did about the basic features, you can even choose where to save this particular recorded video. And it's automatically, once this session is done, it will just switch off and then it will get saved in your computer. Okay, now I'm going to stop the recording. This is just for me to show you. And yes, by the way, if you would like permission, I know it's very important that people gives their consent, most especially when you're recording them, and most especially if you are having children in the session. Like for example, if you're a teacher and you have if you're teaching, it's very important to always inform or have at least a consent from an adult that you are actually recording that particular session. So there's a prompt which I have shown you in the advanced tutorial, advanced setting, that you can actually automatically ask or inform the participant, telling them that this is going to be recorded, and they can join if they consent, or choose not to join if they don't consent for that particular recording. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna stop. You can actually pause or stop, but I'm gonna stop recording now. Okay, later on, see, the recorded will be converted to MP4 when the meeting ends. So like I said, automatically when you end the meeting, then it will record itself. Now, breakout rooms are very good. I do like breakout rooms, most especially for discussions. If you're a teacher or an instructor or a professor and you would like to have group sessions with your class, and you have let's say a good number for you to conduct a group discussions, then you can actually do a breakout room. Now, in the breakout room, I'm gonna do a separate tutorial for that so that you can fully see how you can use breakout room. This is very, very cool. I like this feature of Zoom. Then of course you have your emoticons here, whether you'd like to have a thumbs up or even a clap. Okay, so now this is how somebody joins your meeting. So I'm using another device. So I'm gonna key in my Zoom details. By the way, okay, if you see this tick here, so it brings you to your statistics, okay? So that's how much you're using, okay, with your Wi-Fi and all that. And this is actually the details. So ANILA meeting. So I'm just gonna take this number. So let's say if you have a person asking you, okay, can I get the number now? And then they were not able to get the full meeting details. So this is where you get it, okay, from here. Let me do it again. Okay, you just click and then this will bring you to the details. Okay, so I'm gonna key the number in to my other device. Okay, 749. Okay, so I'm gonna try and join in, and then I'm gonna key in my password, the password that is actually found here, so this one. So I'm using my other device for me to be able to show the details on how it looks like when a participant actually joins in your meeting. Okay. All right. Now you're going to hear a chime. Okay. Okay, no. All right. I'm just going to set how it would be in my other device. Okay, so it's connecting. And there it is. See there? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, the waiting room. So this is like your virtual waiting room. So there's a chime. Okay, so let's say if you're talking and the session is ongoing, and then this is a prompt, you know, to let you know that someone wants to come in. Okay, so I'm gonna admit this participant 1. Okay, so again, this is the waiting room, just for you to be able to screen through who gets to come in or join your meeting. So again, this is another security measure. So you just have to click admit, and there you go. So the person is already part of your session. So joining in, there it is. Okay, so after that, then you can actually choose how your interface would look like. Okay, so either this is actually speaker view, or if you want to see, you know, in I think you've seen those like boxes, what do you call it, like a squarish rectangular boxes with faces. So this is how they do it. Okay, so if you have like 10, 11, 12 in one frame, okay, in one frame like this, okay, it contain about 25. It can contain about 25. So there you go. And then, okay, you can also choose speaker view if you want to like focus or highlight the speaker. Sometimes when I'm teaching, what I would do, the difference between speaker view is that if somebody's talking, it will just shift automatically or focus automatically the frame. So now you can see me because I'm talking. So if someone else is talking, actually, it will focus on that person. Okay, now one thing I do if I'm having a class and I don't want them to be distracted and like looking on another person's face, if let's say there's a background noise that's happening, I would actually put in spotlight myself. Okay, so you see those dots here, okay, where my arrow is? You just click that and then you can pin it. Okay, pinning yourself means in your frame or in your interface, you're the only one that you can see yourself. Okay, it can move. Okay, people can pin their own video, but for myself, I want to put it. Okay, so there you go. I want to unpin it and I want it to be on gallery view. And then after that, I would like to, you can also hide. You can also edit profile picture, rename, and mute my audio. Okay, I don't seem to be able to find where my spotlight is, but it is one of the features of Zoom where you can actually spotlight yourself. So this is the full screen. Okay, now you can see how my screen looks like. This is the full screen, how it looks like if it's on a full screen. You can exit it and then you can go back to this type of screen just like how you would like it. You can even make it smaller or even bigger depending on how the size you would like to be. So this is how you admit people to get into your Zoom meeting. So this is how it would look like. So if you, the more participants you have, then the more rectangular things comes in, depending on how you would like it, you know, whether it's gallery view or speaker view. Okay, so I hope this tutorial helps you more on how to fully use the features of Zoom. So if you find this very helpful, could you just do me a huge favor? Just subscribe to the channel, because when you do that, you'll get more videos just like this on how-tos on different aspects of online or remote learning. Okay, I'm not particularly just focusing on Zoom, but for this series, yes, I'm showing you how to use Zoom as a platform for your online learning, but I'm gonna do another one, which is Skype. Now, I've done Skype too when I do my conferencing or even my classes, and I'm gonna do a review for that as well, so that you can make a choice which platform would best suit you when you do video conferencing. And to end, I just want to thank everybody. So again, if you like this this video tutorial, just like it. And if there are other things that you would like to know, or would you like to know more about online learning, just write it down or type it down in the comment below so that I can make a video on that. Okay, thank you so much, and hope you have a very good day. Bye.